talk about just having your 61st double-double assist points record performance record tonight?
Yeah, I've played a lot of games in this league. So yeah, just wanted to be aggressive. You know, with Thad being out, I knew I was going to have the ball a lot more. Just trying to make plays for me and my teammates. Yeah, just wanted to be aggressive and come out and play like I can.
With so many transactions going around late in the season in this league, you know, Marina Avery goes to Connecticut, Gabby Williams goes to Seattle. What is a game like this where 3 players reach double-doubles for just the second time in team history? What does a game like this say about your team's depth?
Yeah, I think it's something that we've shown all season, and you know, I think that we are continuing to peak at the right time. You know, people are playing really well. We can have 3 different players every night, which makes this team special. You know, but then you know our superstars really step up when they need it. So you know that's what makes us great, and we're going to continue to build off that.
You talked about just having to step up offensively without staff. What were you seeing just on offense that allowed you to get to the bucket as much as you did?
Oh, space. You know, when we have players that are playing the way they are, there is going to be space, and I wanted to be play with a lot of pace too, getting downhill, and I knew that their post players would stay attached a lot. I wanted to get in the paint, get paint touches, you know, sprays for threes, and just keep it up that pace that we played at all season. I think that's when we're at our best.
Congratulations on the win on Women's Empowerment Night. In celebrating the team and the team you have here at the league, I'm wondering what are some changes you would like to see made to the league in the next few years?
Wow. You know, I think we're headed in the right direction. You know, a lot of growth has happened and investment in the league. You know, I think to continue just to expand on that. Of course, more media coverage, more games on TV, higher salaries. You know, all of the things that we've been continue to fight for, and like I said, we're on the right track, but we still have more room to grow.
I'm curious how you felt like work that you were able to do during the Olympic break when there were 6 or 7 players, how that maybe helped build more trust with the bench.
Yeah, you know, we were in here working hard, and long days. We knew it was going to pay off. You know, that was something we didn't want to waste this time, even though we didn't really have in terms of like positions, a great lineup, but we had personnel and we had the people that come in and work hard, and we wanted to get something from it, and we knew it was going to pay off. And I think that you're seeing this in glimpses. You know, when KB's been amazing off the bench, and you see these times. That's what we've been working for the last month.
How's the mask been?
It hasn't been too bad, actually. I wasn't really looking that forward to it because I thought it would mess up but actually I'm kind of embracing it. So.
No, it's easy, no peripheral vision.
Yeah, defense. I think I have to do this a lot more than I like, but offense, it doesn't seem to bother me.
And then just today, you talked about pushing the pace early and often. How easy is that to do when you're cleaning the glass, like defensive boards? It feels like maybe we take that for granted as a part of pushing pace on offense, but
yeah, rebound is the only way to have pace. Getting stops and getting the boards. Luckily, we have, I think, a couple of the best rebounders in the game, and that triggers our pace really well, especially when they can kind of initiate too. That starts the transition, and we're tough in transition. So.
Speaking of rebounding, you were really crashing the glass earlier today with the 4 rebounds. You ended the game with a season high in points, rebounds, and assists. 11 assists. I'm going to say that the peripherals are good. Can you just tell us how are you feeling after today's game, and how often do you think you can continue this momentum?
Yeah, I'm feeling good after this one. It was nice to have a game like this, especially after that month break that you're in here grinding and working. It's been kind of a weird season for me, but just being able to get in and kind of make plays like I know that I can. It's good. I just want to build off this individually and continue to impact the game.
Despite being in your words, a weird season, you managed to contribute to 10 of the first 14 points of this game between your rebounds, between creative possessions, your rebounds, and 10 or 14 points despite only taking 2 shots. So, despite having, in your words, quote, weird season, what does it mean to continue to contribute to this team's eventual goal of hoisting a championship?
Yeah, this is what I've done. That's what I've done my whole career. I'm asked to play a little bit different role here, which is absolutely fine. But it doesn't mean that I can't do what I've done all my career. And I tonight was, I know I'm able to step up during those times that they need, and then I can, slide into a different role whenever this team needs it. And I think that's what we're all about here on this roster when you have so many great players.
So we talked about for Sandy's birthday, how you guys wanted to win and didn't want to wait 365 days to win. Just thoughts on winning on Sandy's birthday.
Yeah, she asked us. That's all she asked for her birthday was a win. So we had to come out and do it for Sandy.
You mentioned a couple of answers ago that having JJ and Stewie who are able to bring the ball up, how that can help the team and pace. But it also, you were able to, taking it out off a main basket or even taking it out off a dead ball. Sometimes JJ brings it up, sometimes Stewie does, and that's a role that we've seen more with B and with Sav that allows you to play off the ball a little bit. How does that unlock your offense when you can be put into some of those secondary actions that Sabrina often is?
Yeah, that's something that was new to me when I came here, playing off the ball a little bit. So it was an adjustment, but for me, just playing in space, giving me the opportunity to kind of be on closeouts instead of ball screens or backdoor cuts or rejects. Just being able to get into the paint because that's kind of where I'm at my best, and that being on the second action is that benefits me in that way. But even in transition, when they're like you're saying, when they're, I think a couple times Stewie's bringing the ball, she skips it to me, and then it's just space, and it's tough to guard when you have that, when you're in transition, but then they skip it, and it's just that's something that we've worked on, and being positionless in this this break that we had too. I'm taking the ball out of bounds, I'm setting the screens, just being able to get everybody in different positions and make us not so predictable.
So I'm curious, again, during that break that you had, what type of attention was paid to the defensive side of the ball? Because
Most of it, yeah.
So, but I guess what I'm curious about is what maybe, why would you say the defense looks as good as it does coming off of all of that? What were some of the things that you guys did to refine?
We worked on guarding multiple positions. We worked on our ball screen defense. We worked on shrinking the floor, being in the gaps, using our length. I think most times we have a really big lineup out there, and just being able to switch, but guard a post player, our post players be able to guard a guard. Just things like that to help us not be in rotation, and it also helps us be in position to rebound. And I think that's what you're seeing.
Thanks, Sue.
Thank you.
Yep. Can't you just talk about stepping up, having that 13-point game, and just being the next one up right then.
Yeah, just staying ready no matter what. I was struggling at the beginning a little bit, but then I was like, I'm human, you got this. I just kept encouraging myself, so.
Did KT encourage you too?
She did. She always does a good job of just picking me up whenever I have my moments, so.
Speaking of KT, Coach Brundell said during the pregame that trip to Six Flags over the break was really strong for this group and really helped you guys together.
Yeah.
So I was hoping you could, whatever you're comfortable with, of course, describe how that kind of helped this team get closer together. How the activities away from the basketball court kind of helped you guys get off to this strong start.
As I mentioned, was it yesterday? We went hard. The 7 of us that were here, we went hard for 2 weeks. So we were just like, hey, how about on this last day, instead of training, let's go to Six Flags. And it was much needed. It was a lot of fun, and I feel like just doing that kind of made that chemistry stronger. So just enjoying little things, because sometimes in the season we get tired without the training. So every now and then it doesn't hurt to have a little fun. So yeah.
Are you guys having fun on the court too?
Yeah. when we're winning it at our best, yeah, it's always a lot of fun. So.
How did that time in practice during the break prepare you?
It prepared me a lot, honestly. Not only me, but just the bench players as well. Yeah. Like I said, it was an intense 2 weeks, and we've done a good job of just bouncing back and having the Olympians come back and just staying ready. Because obviously Sav didn't play today, but I feel like we stepped up really well.
You mentioned that in Omaha and Monica Hodges, Zach O'Brien practices. longer pace
Oh, yeah.
per se. So
Yeah.
how'd that kind of help the conditioning and help this team, prepare for a busy run?
I mean, you said it, conditioning. It was a lot of conditioning going up and down the court versus the scout guys and them just helping us out with the scout. Like you said already, just having us conditioned well, and they showed on the court. So
Sandy put out a jump, or after you. Sure. Yes, I'm sure.
Maybe there's a lot of talk about this team not peaking yet, and they want to peak at the right time. Just what do you see from your standpoint and based off of what we've seen so far? What does it take until this team to really reach that peak level?
yeah, Sandy said it earlier in the locker room how we're first place right now, but we can't get too comfortable because teams are coming after us. So we just have to keep our foot on that pedal and stay ready. So.
KB, what did you think of the jumbo lineup? Where it was, I think it was.
Oh, it was me,
Niara, Jonquel,
Stewie,
and then Sloot.
Yo, that's a scary sight, right? To play against all the like big players. I think one time it was like, did you say it already? It was me, JJ, Stewie,
Niara.
Yeah, I mean,
a guard.
because like you never know who's a guard, so like they're just like, oh, you're a guard. But like I said, it's a scary sight when Sandy does a good job of like just mixing us in, and yeah, we took advantage of it today. So it was a lot of fun to have a big lineup in. So.
Kind of feeding off that question, what's the key factor on how to make a big lineup like that work?
What's the key factor? I would say, I feel like our defense was the key factor in that. When you're big, I mean, we have to guard 1 through 5, so it makes our job easier. So defense is the key factor there.
Speaking of Sandy, it was obviously her birthday today,
Yes.
and I'm just curious. I mean, I know she's been your coach for maybe a bunch of months now, but I'm just curious what you appreciate most about her as a coach and a person.
Honestly, the fact that she believes in me. At the beginning of the season, she told me like your role's going to be different than it is overseas, and she brought me here for a reason, and just the fact that she says that no matter what, she always believes in me, and I mean she reminds me too, so I appreciate that.
Speaking of that Olympic break, you had the chance to see Sabrina and Stewie take on both Nara and Leone in that group stage game. What was your thoughts about that and how they responded?
At first, I was like, who do I root for? I was like, Savage Stewie or me and Leo. And I was like, ugh, but like I'm proud. You know, they represented their countries really well, and they brought it back, and I mean, with them back, we're just ready to excel now. So I'm proud of them.
And you was entertained by the game, how fun it was to watch them play against each other?
Oh my gosh, not even just basketball, but just like all the other sports, you know, like it was just it's such an amazing experience to watch, and hopefully one day I want to be a part of the Olympics, but you never know, so yeah.
Fans showed up today. So sorry.
I'm sorry.
Fans showed up today in like sellout numbers, and I'm wondering what message you want to convey to them and the importance of supporting women's sports.
I mean, I say it all the time. Our fans are the best. Every time they sell out the arena, like we feel it all the time. So, a lot of love to you guys, and thank you so much. So.
You talked a minute ago about the role you expected to have when you came here. I'm wondering, when you did make the decision to sign, what were you expecting, knowing that you were coming into a team that's already loaded, with talent?
I knew that with this team, already set, I knew that like defense was going to be the biggest thing for me, and defense is something that I take like a lot of pride in, and just like you said, just that, just being ready, and if I'm not doing well on the offense, I know my defense will show. So.
To build off of Jen's question, because in such a young career, you've had so many great coaches at both the domestic and international levels. So how has Sandy kind of differed the most as both a coach and perhaps a human being as well? You mentioned that belief she has in you. So how has she differed most how has she been unique as a coach and a human being to you?
As I look back, I feel like Sandy, hold on, I'm trying to think. And she's my first female WNBA coach, I think. No, I'm wrong, sorry. I had Pokey Chapman, but then Sandy's my second. So just the fact that, I don't know, she's just an overall great human being. She's honest with me, And there was a time where I was going through a slump and she wanted to talk to me. And ever since then, just having that conversation with her, she's helped a lot because she said that she believed in me and that like flipped the switch in my mind saying, oh, I can do this because she believes in me. So just the fact that she's able to be honest and like you said, she's just an overall great human being. So.
What does that do for your confidence when your playing time might fluctuate, but you hear from your own coach that she believes in you?
It honestly like makes my confidence just go out of the roof, So just the fact that she believes in me, it helps a lot. And when I step in the game, I know that everything's not going to be perfect, but I know that like she has that trust in me. So.
Hi, Kennedy. On the night, you guys had a season high in rebounds with 47, won the glass battle by 18, and sort of shut Dallas off in the paint.
Sorry, that's a little hint.
No, it's all good. How do you think you guys were able to sort of like circumvent and shut down a really large team in Dallas?
Probably our box outs. And just being able to stop the key players, even though Satu Enrique, they had a really good night, but in those moments where it really counted, I feel like we did a good job of just boxing out, finding a person and grabbing that board. So.
The Wings, they got it to around 4 points in the beginning of the fourth. I guess I'm just curious, what had to change for you all to be able to then, when it was all said and done, win by 20?
Yeah, I think it was mostly just taking care of the ball. There was those moments where it got close where we threw the ball away. I know on my part I did too. So just volleying the ball more, and I mean, it showed that once we did and we moved the ball and we got good shots, it was amazing to be a part of. So.
Thanks, KB.
Appreciate it.
Thank you guys.